guys, it's April. We have a Halloween card that we are doing today. Now, I cut a black foil craft board, and that is really pretty, but I think that I really like it on this black Cricut glitter. Um, they're both so pretty. I'm having a really hard time deciding. My admin said the foil because she's into the foil, but I just like the pop of that glitter with the lights when it hits it. So that's what I'm going with, but both options are very pretty. So you guys may want to change yours up. Now, I did go around the edges of my glitter and of my craft board with a glitter marker, and this is Wild Lavender. It's a Nuvo glitter marker. Um, If you look on Amazon, you'll probably find those, or Tonic Studios, whatever, any of the scrapbooking supplies. I also went around the edge of my card base, okay? And the card base is just folded in half, and I used the Milky gel pens to write on the inside. If you haven't tried these pens, guys, grab them up. You get several colors. And let me see, I had a scrap here. Let's pull this up and take a look. This is the yellow, which I use for the front of the card, and you have to give them a second after they write. Don't think that you're going to have to write on your card twice, but it takes a second for it to dry up and become visible. And this is the pink, that's the yellow, this is the pink. This is the orange, which I used inside. And then this is the mint. And I haven't used this yet, so might have to give it a minute to, there it goes. And then this one is the blue. So, like I said, it looks like it's not doing anything. Give them a second to dry and then they will start to appear. So when you're doing your card, don't think you're going to have to go in there and write again. Give it time to dry. And then if you see some skipped marks or something you're not happy with, then you can let it pen again. But I didn't find the need to do that. Okay. I thought they wrote just fine. And these are the Milky gel pens. I'll leave a link down below for you guys. Super for writing on your dark cardstock. Now, this is a Freebie Friday card. However, and this is glitter, and this is Cricut glitter, and this is the foil craft board from Cricut. So whatever you want, and the Cricut cardstock, of course. I know it's Freebie Friday. I use some access images, and the design is free because we can design all day long for free. If you have access, it's still going to cost you $4.99 to cut this file, unless you want to swap out the dress pieces. These are the Snow White dress pieces, and it's $4.99 for that file because it's a Disney file. It's a licensed image. I just changed it up to make a witch costume out of it. So you can either replace it with something else that you like in Access and not pay for it, or you can pay the $4.99 and get this. If you are not an Access subscriber, the witch's boots, the hat, the chevrons, the bats, the banners, all of that are all Access images. Some of them may be free at the time that I did this video. Some of them may not be free, but they are included in Access if you're a subscriber. So those wouldn't cost you anything to cut should you choose to cut this file. But it's going to be super cute, so I think you'll like it. And then you can also use the file for other things. So on the skirt, you've got several score lines, okay? And you're going to start on either end, doesn't matter which end you want to start on. The first fold is going to be a valley fold, okay? And then you're going to do on that score line beside it a mountain fold. Okay, and I'm using my bone folder here. Your next one is going to be a mountain fold. The next one will be a valley. So it's valley, mountain, mountain, valley, valley, mountain, mountain, valley, valley, mountain, mountain, valley. You have 6 mountain folds and 6 valley folds, but you start with a valley and you go to mountain. So it's 1 valley, 2 mountain, 2 valley, 2 mountain, 2 valley, 2 mountain, 1 valley. Okay? And it doesn't matter which side you start on, it's going to be the same either way that you go. So let's just, I find the mountains very easy, but the valleys seem to want to mess with me. Of course, I did make this smaller from the original file. So now I've got a valley and a valley. All right. And once you get that first pleat in there, you can go in and give that a good press so that it will hold. And you're getting a fold like this in there, okay? And now we're going to mountain folds, 2 mountain folds. All right. And then that's going to create that little pleat on that side, but we're going to do this 2 valleys before I press that one again. And it helps sometimes to get your scraper and line it up on that fold just to get it going good. There we go. And I'm just going to bring those together just like that. And then I'm just going to give that a press all the way up to the top there. And now we've got another valley. And I'm going to show it to you once we're done so that you just to get it started a little. And now we've got 2 mountains. And then our last valley. Bats are trying to get away from me there. Let's give that a good. Just going to bring those 2 in. I'm just bringing that pleat in and pressing it down and then giving it a good rub from the bottom up to the top so that those tiny score lines get kind of crisp in there. Okay. So it should look like this. Again, valley, mountain, mountain, valley, valley, mountain, mountain, valley, valley, mountain, mountain, valley. And that will finish it off. Okay. And just set that to the side. And now we have this piece. And I had difficulty with this piece. There's a teeny tiny score line right here. You're going to fold that over. And you see how it meets the bodice over here? That's what you want. And then this one folds over. And same thing. You want to keep that edge right there even. Okay. So that's going to give that fold. And then you're going to undo that as it crosses over one another. And then I use my scraper again to fold right down that center of the bodice piece and give that a rub. You don't have to do those tiny ones. They're kind of fragile. I wouldn't do those. So then you've got something looking like this. And this bodice piece comes over and this bodice piece comes over. But before we do that, we have to glue those tabs in there, okay? So I found it easier. I mean, seriously, I think I'm going to put this on my card. I bring them to, I mean, I did one and I don't know where I put it. And it was a booger to put together for me. This is going to come right here, and then these are going to wrap around it. So it's really, really, I was having difficulty with it. But I'm going to open this up, and I am going to put glue on the inside here. Just going to go right around the bottom of the bodice there. And then I'm going to put just a teeny tiny bit of glue on those tabs. And I still haven't decided which way I want this to go. I think that's right. I think I want it to go that way. Okay. This is the top of my skirt, so I'm flipping it over. There we go. I almost confused myself. And now I'm just going to pull those tabs into that bodice. You still want to be able to fold these over. Keep them in line with that bodice. It looks good. I'm just folding that over and catching all of those in there. And then this one has to fold over as well. Try not to tear it and get the edge of this bodice. So once I got that, I'm just going to throw a little dab of glue in there. Off a little bit here. So we pinched all of those into that bodice. I'm using art glitter glue, so that's going to dry clear and matte. So I'm okay there. And I may have to pinch that last pleat. So I said it was kind of wide for that, but I think it'll make it. And then, because this part should not be glued, okay, you should still have some space here. This one has 2 scores on each side, and they are valley folds. I'm just going to bring that in. Just like that. Okay. Just on those little scores. And then this is going to get placed right here, like with the points meeting right about where those 2 little pieces are on the bodice. So I'm just going to go right across the top of this piece. And then we're going to bring that right there. Let's get that in there. Okay. I'm going to set that to the side to dry. And now I have extra because I was doing a sizing thing to make sure that they were sized. I've already put one together, and we're going to do the other one. Make sure I get the right one here. There we go. So you've got those 2, and then you have a piece like this. And I found it easier. The slit goes to the outside of the shoe towards the toe. And I just found this easier just to put, not that much. You don't really need that much glue. I'm going to wipe some of that up. Just a little bit of glue on each one of those dots, circles. And then you're going to line this up towards the top and along the sides. It's just a teeny tiny bit smaller than the black So you have a little bit of edge. Should come in like this. And then you're going to take your green piece and put it on top of, oops, did I do that? Nope, I did it. It's confusing. Okay, this way. So make sure your shoes are going the right direction. You don't want to give her 2 left feet or 2 right feet. And we are going to glue the boot to the orange piece and get that as even as you possibly can. Okay. And now we're going to glue this piece on top of that. I'm putting it on the back side where my purple piece was. And then we're going to line those up. And again, get it even as you as perfectly even as you can. All right, that's pretty good. And then if you wanted to use your glitter marker to go around that, you can, because it is kind of layered. And then just to give it some, make sure that the point of your marker is facing towards the good side and that you're working from the wrong side of it. So if your pen slips, you don't mark up the front. And that's why I say when you do that on your card, if you do your card base, like I did my glitter piece and everything, if you do that card base, be very, very, very careful because whatever side, if your pen slips, is going to be a good side because it's either going to be the front or the back of the outside of the card or the inside of the card. And there's no avoiding. See, I just slipped there and just going to give that a little bit of glitter pop right there. I'm going to do the other one. And these are just little extra details you could do to punch up your card. Okay, so that one's done. So I got both of my shoes done. I think I'm going to do the edge of my dress as well. Make sure I'm working from the back. I've done this part before. Be very careful if you're attempting this. Mark it up. Could probably hide it with some kind of decor, but be very, very, very careful. Okay. So that is done now. On the hat, all I did was put the purple piece right up on top of that. Turned around. Before I mess up, I do have an extra though, but I don't have an extra purple piece. I was just checking sizing and cut a couple of pieces. Alright. It may not show up well on camera, but it's so pretty here in person. It's just going to give it those little bitty pops. So that's done. Now we need to work on our sleeves. So you're going to have 2 orange, 2 green, and 2 purple. All right, so let's bring these down. And let's see, that's going to be the right. And then this is going to be the left. And if I'm not mistaken, but I could be, those are going to wrap around or just sit on top. I like those. So let's get our green layer next. Make sure they match up. That one's going to go there. So orange is on the bottom. And you're going to layer up that green piece right on the top. And the right one, April. This piece has that little curl. Where is it go? Maybe I did have the right one. Yeah. think. Ah, there we go. I did have the right one. So it's like a triangle, okay? And that little tail or a backwards S or forwards S, whatever you want, it's going to go that way on there. Some glue on that. Just going to stack that up right over the green one. Just like that. Okay. And we're going to repeat over here. Just need a little just to hold it together. Get those even. All right, now these are going to glue right here on the bodice. I'm just going to put just a dot of glue there. And on here. Yep. It's just going to be. All right, I'm going to make sure that my card's going the right way. Got my sentiment in there. I'm going to let that dry. And I'm going to put my glitter cardstock on. And you want to be careful not to get glue on top of your glitter. If you're using art glitter glue, it dries matte, it dries clear, and that will dull the finish of your glitter cardstock. Okay, so now we have to be very, 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 very careful when we're doing this part. I'm going to start with my purple one. And this, I probably should have done this before I put it on. So that looks about right for me. So I'm going to go and I'm just going to glue the bottom first. I already got a little bit of. Just be careful. And it should be even with the bottom and even with the top. So once that, I'm going to give that a second to dry. I'm going to go ahead and do my orange one next. Give it a good amount of space. It's totally up to you. Just a little bit on there. Good. Give that a second to dry. This one should be pretty much dry. Oops, guess not. Guess I'm just going to do a little dot on each point. It does take longer to dry on your glitter cardstock than it does on regular. Let me pop that one back in. That's what I wanted to avoid. Hopefully I can cover it. Maybe my bat will cover that. Be careful. Just be careful. Be careful. Be careful. I'm just going to flip it this way so that I can get in there with the glue and hold this at the bottom so it doesn't come off. And just, like I said, just do a little bit on each point of the chevron should be good. And then I just let it flop right into place, didn't I? All right. So now I have that one. Last one. I'm going to go for it. Yay. Love. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. So now comes the fun. We need her feet. Her feet. Just trying to decide where I want those feet to go. Just a touch. Do I want that? Trying to decide how I want these on there. Maybe there. Love it. I think I'm going to tilt this just a little. Maybe. No. Pull that over. Do I want to glue those? I don't think that I do. Kinda. Okay, I think I'm gonna pull that in so that it pops a little there. I like that. So I am put one foot there. Bring this in. So while I have this where I want it, I'm just gonna glue down this side and this side and then the center. Shouldn't need more than that. I'm just gonna hold it for a second, let that glue grab hold. Love art glitter glue. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so now I should still be able to get the feet in here. And I got that a little lower than I wanted. I want her stockings to show. Yep, I got it too low. Thought I knew where I wanted it. Hopefully I can, still wet, I can cover it. There we go. Just a little bit right there. Maybe my glue eraser. I was just a little bit too high with mine. Make sure you get yours on right. Glue eraser. Get that glue off my glitter. Yay. There we go. Better, better, better. So now I'm just going to put a little glue at the top and a little bit on the toe and the heel and stick this down. So I've got some purple and orange and some of those dots showing. I love it. It's so cute. All right. And now her hat. I want to put, I think I do. I think I'm going to glitter up her hat piece here. If possibly on the sleeves too. This is totally optional, guys, if you want to do this or not. All right, and now that hat, I am going to pop up with some foam, and I'm using the black foam. You can get black foam tape or black dots or dimensionals, several things you can use. But on a dark card like this, I don't like to use the white ones. Make sure it sticks in that glitter. Just off to the side. How cute. Now we're almost done. I am going to glue this straight to my purple cardstock. It says Happy Halloween. And I use the yellow milky gel pen here. And I think this is going to go here. I may slide that over. I haven't decided yet on that. I'm going to do my bats. And do I want to pop those up? No. You can pop these up if you want. I'm going to do the yellow gel pen and do some eyes on mine. And there are different size bats. It doesn't really matter. You can put them on wherever they look best. You don't have to use them all. Totally up to you. That would be cute. I think I am going to put one there. But that dries matte and clear. I got it everywhere just then. Maybe a small one here. That is so cute. And I'm just going to glue this right to the skirt part. And a second to grab. And I do have a 5x7 dimensional envelope. I believe I shared it in the Cricut community for you guys, should you need that, because this card does have dimension. So that will dry a little bit quicker. Now I'm going to get my pen. And I am going to give all my bats some eyes. They need eyes. The invisible witch, I love it. How cute is that? I hope that you guys enjoy this tutorial. This will make great invitations or just a happy Halloween card. Anything that you want to do with that. Please post your version and let me see it. Love, love, love. You guys have a great day, and I'll catch you on the next video. Happy crafting!